A U.S. Cemetery Museum Guide at Museumsusa. Chapter 1. A list of United States cemetery museum websites. A list of American cemetery museums. Agua Mansa Pioneer Cemetery. Between Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Los Angeles, California Historic Landmark. Alfalfa County Museum and Historical Society, okhistory.org/publications/enc/entry.php entry =AL007 $L=. Cherokee, Oklahoma. Allegheny Cemetery Historical Association. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Amelia Island Museum of History. ameliamuseum.org. Anson Historical Society. rootsweb.com/tilde-mias/ahsindex.html. Anson, Maine. Arlington Historical Society. arlingtonhistorical.org, Arlington, Massachusetts. Autauga County Heritage Association. autaugaHeritage.org, Prattville, Alabama. Avoca Museum and Historical Society. avocamuseum.org, Alta Vista, Virginia. Bacon's Castle. preservation-virginia.org/visit/historic-properties/bacons-castle, Surrey, Virginia. Barrow County Museum. cityofwinder.com/index.aspx page =46, Georgia. Baxter County Heritage Museum. baxtercountyonline.com/bchgs, Gassville, Arkansas. Becker County Historical Society's Museum and Library. beckercountyhistory.org, Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Bentonville Battleground State Historic Site. bentonvillebattlefield.nchistorossites.org, Four Oaks, North Carolina. Big Black Creek Historical. bigblackcreekhistorical.com, Denmark, Tennessee. Birmingham Historical Museum and Park. ci.birmingham.mi.us, Birmingham, Michigan. Bixby Historical Society. rootsweb.com/okbhs, Bixby, Oklahoma. Blooming Grove Historical Society. bloominggrovehistoricalsociety.org, Cogan Station, Pennsylvania. Boise Basin Museum, Idaho City, Idaho. Brownsville Historical Association. brownsvillehistory.org, Brownsville, Texas. Bureau County Genealogical Society. rootsweb.ancestry.com/ilbcgs/faq.htm, Princeton, Illinois. Burnett County Historical Society. theforts.org, Danbury, Wisconsin. California Association of Museums. calmuseums.org. Camden County Museum. camdencountymuseum.com, Lynn Creek, Missouri. Catonsville Historical Society. catonsvillehistory.org, Catonsville, Maryland. Cedar Key Historical Society Museum. cedarkeyhistory.org, Cedar Key, Florida. Christian County Genealogical SOC. macomb.com/tilde-t-kuntz/christianco.htm, Taylorville, Illinois. Civil War Museum of Jackson Co. historiclonejack.org, Lone Jack, Missouri. Clarion County Historical Society. clarioncountyhistoricalsociety.org, Clarion, Pennsylvania. Cloud County Historical Society Museum. cloudcountymuseum.org, Concordia, Kansas. Colma Historical Association. colmahistory.org, Colma, California. Concordia Area Heritage Society, Concordia, Missouri. Confederate Memorial Park. preservala.org/confederatepark.aspx, Marbury, Alabama. Congressional Cemetery. congressionalcemetery.org, Washington, District of Columbia. Crimson Dawn Park and Museum. crimsondawnmuseum.org, Casper, Wyoming. Crittenden Cemetery. bigblackcreek.com. Crown Hill Cemetery. crownhill.org, Indianapolis, Indiana. Decatur County Historical Museum. DecaturCountyHistory.org, Greensburg, Indiana. Depreciation Lands Museum. DepreciationLandsMuseum.org, Allison Park, Pennsylvania. Duval Historical Society. DuvalHistoricalSociety.org, Duval, Washington. Duval Tool Museum. mncppc.org/2099/about-the-museums, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Eastern Carolina Village and Farm Museum. ecvillageandfarmmuseum.com, Greenville, North Carolina. Edgar County Genealogy Library, Paris, Illinois. UHarley History Museum. notatlanta.org, UHarley, Georgia. Farmington Historical Society. farmingtonhistoricalsociety-ct.org, Farmington, Connecticut. Fernandina Beach, Florida. Florida Association of Museums. flamuseums.org. Florida Keys History of Diving Museum. divingmuseum.org. Fort Belknap. tshaonline.org/handbook/entries/fort-belknap, Newcastle, Texas. Fort Defiance. fortdefiancenc.org, Lanier, North Carolina. Fort Kaskaskia Historic Site, Ellis Grove, Illinois. Fort McPherson National Cemetery, Maxwell, Nebraska. Fort Washita Military Park, Durant, Oklahoma. Fresno Historical Society. valleyhistory.org, Fresno, California. Friends of Burial Hill. friendsofburialhill.org, Plymouth, Massachusetts. Friends of Jefferson Barracks, St. Louis, Missouri. Fulton County Hist. and Gen. Society. rootsweb.ancestry.com/ilfchgs, Canton, Illinois. Gary Historical Association. ExperienceGarySD.com, Gary, South Dakota. Geary County Historical Society and Museum. GCHSweb.org, Junction City, Kansas. George Washington Carver National Monument. nps.gov/gwcs/index.htm, Diamond, Missouri. Georgia Salzburger Society Museum. georgiasalzburgers.com, Rincon, Georgia. Glore Psychiatric Museum/St. Joseph Museums, Inc. stjosephmuseum.org, St. Joseph, Missouri. Goldsboro Historical Society. goldsborohistory.org, Goldsboro, Maine. Great River Genealogical Society. gr-gs.org, Quincy, Illinois. Halifax Area Historical Society, Halifax, Pennsylvania. Hampton Historical Society at the Kinsley Home. hamptonmaine.com, Hampton, Maine. Hampton Falls Historical Society, Hampton Falls, New Hampshire. Hayes Capel Cemetery. Henry Community Hist. and Gen. Society, Henry, Illinois. Heritage Museum of Montgomery, Texas. heritagemuseum.us, Conroe, Texas. Hermione Museum, Tallulah, Louisiana. Historic Falsington, Incorporated. historicfalsington.org, Falsington, Pennsylvania. Historic Huguenot Street. huguenotstreet.org, New Paltz, New York. Historic Woodlawn Cemetery, Toledo, Ohio. Historical Society of Frederick County, Inc. hsfcinfo.org, Frederick, Maryland. Historical Society of Montgomery County, Norristown, Pennsylvania. Hollywood Cemetery. hollywoodcemetery.org, Richmond, Virginia. Hummelstown Area Historical Society. hummelstownhistorical.org, Hummelstown, Pennsylvania. InfoCenter Alabama, Inc. infocenteralabama.com, Helena, Alabama. Issaquah Valley Historical Society. Issaquah Valley Historical Society.org, Franklinville, New York. Jefferson County Historical Society, Fairbury, Nebraska. Keithsburg Museum. Keithsburg.com/$museum/C8FD, Keithsburg, Illinois. Kent County Tourism. Visit Dover.com, Dover, Delaware. Knight Museum and Sandhills Center, Alliance, Nebraska. La Pointe Krebs House and Museum. LaPointeKrebs.org, Pascagoula, Mississippi. La Senora Research Institute. LaSenora.org, Santa Monica, California. Lakeview Cemetery. LakeviewCemetery.com/index.php, Cleveland, Ohio. Little Snake River Museum. LittlesnakeRiverMuseum.com/SnakeRiverMuseum.htm, Savory, Wyoming. Macoupin County Genealogical Society. MacoupinCTYgenealogy.org/micrograms/index.html, Stanton, Illinois. Manatee Village Historical Park. ManateeVillage.org, Bradenton, Florida. Midway Museum. TheMidwayMuseum.org, Midway, Georgia. Minnesota Historical Society. MNHS.org, St. Paul, Minnesota. Montville Historical Society. Homepage.ct.net/tilde,ba/newlandonco/montville.html, Uncasville, Connecticut. Mormon Pioneer Cemetery, Omaha, Nebraska. Mt. Olivet Cemetery/Francis Scott Key Monument. Mount Olivet Cemetery Inc.com. Mundelein Park and Recreation District. MundelineParks.org, Mundelein, Illinois. Museum of Art and History, McPherson Center. SantaCruzMayor.org, Santa Cruz, California. Museum of Seminole County History. SeminoleCountyFL.gov/museum, Sanford, Florida. National Hansen's Disease Museum. HRSA.gov/Hansen's/museum, Carville, Louisiana. National Shrine of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. SetonsHRine.org, Emmitsburg, Maryland. Nellie McKnight Museum. EllingtonHistSoc.org/museum/museum.htm, Ellington, Connecticut. North Stonington Historical Society. NorthStonHistoricalSociety.homestead.com, North Stonington, Connecticut. Norwalk Historical Society. NorwalkHistoricalSociety.org, Norwalk, Connecticut. Old Fort Parker. OldFortParker.org, Groesbeck, Texas. Orange County Historical Museum. OrangeNCHistory.org, Hillsborough, North Carolina. Orangeburg County Historical Society. Orangeburg.org, Orangeburg, South Carolina. Oyster Ponds Historical Society, Orient, New York. Pathways to History, Military History/Veterans Tribute. SanfordFL.gov/index.aspx ? Page =482. Pittsfield Historical Society. PITTSFIELD-NH.com, Pittsfield, Vermont. Plymouth Plantation, Inc. Plymouth.org. Plymouth Historical Society, Plymouth, Pennsylvania. Refugio County Museum. RefugioCountyTX.org/museum.htm, Refugio, Texas. Ross River Township Historical Society, Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania. Ruth Stoller Research Library. Yamhill County History.org/historic-Lafayette-site, McMinnville, Oregon. St. John's Cemetery. stjohn-frederick.org/stjohncemetery.asp. Schuyler Jail Museum, Rushville, Illinois. Shaker Heritage Society. shakerheritage.org, Albany, New York. Smith County Heritage Museum. rootsweb.com/tn-smith/heritage, Carthage, Tennessee. South Carolina Federation of Museums. scmuseums.com. South Dakota State Historical Society. History.sd.gov, Pierre, South Dakota. St. Augustine Lighthouse and Maritime Museum, Inc. sdaugustine-lighthouse.org. Star Valley Historical Society. Lincoln County WY.org, Afton, Wyoming. Susquehanna Museum of Havre de Grace Inc. LockhouseMuseum.org, Havre de Grace, Maryland. Swedish American Museum, Sweetsburg, Iowa. Texas Historical Commission. thc.state.tx.us, Austin, Texas. Texas Windaish Museum. texaswindaish.org, Giddings, Texas. The Altaville School. calaverascohistorical.com/buildings/altaville.html, Angels Camp, California. The Nez Perce County Museum. npchistoc.org, Lewiston, Idaho. The Old City Cemetery. gravegarden.org, Lynchburg, Virginia. The Perry Historians. theperryhistorians.org, New Bloomfield, Pennsylvania. Thomas Warren Museum. thomas-warne-museum.com, Matawan, New Jersey. Town of Bern Historical Society, Bern, New York. Two Rivers Heritage Museum. 2rhm.com, Washougal, Washington. Upshur County Historical Society History Center Museum. Upshur County Historical Society.com, Buckhannon, West Virginia. Varner Hog Plantation State Historical. Visit varnerhogplantation.com/index.aspx page =19, West Columbia, Texas. Veterans Memorial Museum. cityofripon.org, Ripon, California. Vine Lake Preservation Trust, Inc. vinolakepreservationtrust.org, Medfield, Massachusetts. Warren County Historical Society. history-warrencountymo.com, Warrenton, Missouri. Whipple Company Store and Appalachian Heritage Educational Museum. whipplecompany-store.com, Scarborough, West Virginia. White County Historical Society. rootsweb.com/ilwcohs, Carmi, Illinois. Whiteside County Genealogists Society. serve.com/bmosher/wscgen/wscgen.hdm, Sterling, Illinois. Whitfield Murray History Center and Archives. whitfield-murrayhistoricalsociety.org, Dalton, Georgia. Wilmington Area Historical Society. wilmingtonareahistoricalsociety.org, Wilmington, Illinois. Wisconsin State Old Cemetery Society, Mequon, Wisconsin.